So you're saying that they told you to sprinkle a little bit into her drink, correct?
Yeah.
What you're doing is trying to kill your wife. Do you understand that, right?
Yes. If we got Mom out of the picture, they'd have me.
Today, we're in Wayne County, Indiana, where 69-year-old Alfred Ruf is meeting with detectives and is about to reveal a very sinister secret.
Okay. So let's start off just telling me why you're here today.
The reason I'm here today is I found I was given this little baller like that. It was about one of them Fields ballers.
Mm-hmm.
And they had their white stuff in it. And they told me just sprinkle a little bit on her drink. And then tell her when she was out. And they'd come in and do their things.
Okay. I don't understand. Who are you saying? Who's they?
That's her daughter. And yeah, I can't pronounce her last name.
What's her daughter's name?
Lisa. Yeah.
Is
Well, I pronounce it that way. I don't know.
Okay.
I know she's been in trouble with the law.
And then what's her friend's name? Do you know it?
Mm-hmm.
Sarah.
You don't remember Sarah's last name?
No, not right off.
Okay. Sarah.
That's it.
Okay. And you call her, but I think you call her a better name.
Yeah.
Yeah, she goes by.
Okay. So you're saying that the pill bottle that Officer Caves took from the residence that has the unknown substance in it, you're saying that they gave that to you?
They gave me the baller.
They gave you the what?
Well, that pill baller.
Gotcha.
And he said, just take a little bit, put it on, and she'll go up to sleep.
Okay.
And
So
then they come in and give her something else, so she's completely out.
okay. What do you think that substance is?
I've got no idea what it is.
Medical tests would later confirm that cocaine, benzodiazepines, and MDMA were found in the victim's bloodstream.
Okay. So you're saying that they told you to sprinkle a little bit into her drink, correct?
Yeah.
And then it makes her go to sleep, right?
Yeah.
And then they come in and do what?
Yeah, they want me to watch them do sex and this and that.
Watch them,
Yeah.
like those two?
Yeah, those two.
Okay, so what, they don't do anything to Lisa?
No, they do not do anything to Lisa.
Okay. But why are they wanting you to sprinkle that onto her drink?
I think they're wanting to get her mom to enough of it to commit to murder her.
Okay.
She know we sold the house, and she's been playing me for money for right long.
Okay, so this substance, this stuff that you've been getting from, how long have you been getting it from her?
It's been probably 3 months or so. But I've been accused of, they tried been accusing me of running around picking up women and going to the motel. And I ain't done that.
Okay. So you've been getting this substance from her for about 3 months, right?
Yeah.
And how often do you give it to Lisa?
Just when they call and tell me they want to come up to the house.
Okay. So how often do you think that is?
Maybe twice or four times in the month. Yeah.
So tell me what they said and what they were planning on doing.
Well, they kept wanting me to have sex with him, and then they came up and it was the scheme. If we got Mom out of the picture, they'd have me. And I told her Mom that I'd never do anything to her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I found this bottle and I gave it to her last night. I said, here's what it is. I said, I don't know what's in it. In fact, I think they gave me a little bit the last time they was up. 'Cause I was drowsy for a day there.
Okay, so I'm still trying to get what their entire plan was. So their entire plan is to have mom killed, right?
Get mom out of the picture.
So they want mom dead, correct?
Or something.
It's not or something.
Well,
I mean, they're having you give this to have her dead, correct?
Yeah, to work on her.
What do you mean to work on her? That's the reason why you're giving this is to eventually kill her, correct?
Yeah, that's what they wanted done.
Okay, and they said that to you, is that correct?
Yeah.
And just how did these alleged femme fatales sway Alfred to poison his own wife? It started with putting on a show.
And they come to the house and then they try to put on a show for me and this and that.
Okay, so they're putting on a show, and what do you mean by show?
They wound up, my wife ordered some of these fancy negotiations and that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got a hold of them, they'd put them on and try to rouse me by them wearing her clothes around.
Okay, so they wear the clothes around. What else are they doing?
Well, I think while they're messing with me, one of them is trying to find stuff to go through and take out of the house.
Okay, so are you having sex with?
Yes, I have.
Okay, during these occasions, that's what I'm saying. Is
Yes.
when they're coming up that
Yes.
you were having sex with them?
Yes.
Okay, and it's those two at the same time or just one?
Well, they'd both be there at the same time.
Okay. So here's the thing, Alfred. So they're coming up. You're having sex with these ladies. How old are they?
Her daughter is 31 or 30, in the 30s.
Okay. And how old are you?
I'm 69.
Okay. So you're having these females come up. They come when either Lisa's gone or she's asleep, right?
Yeah.
And then you have sex with them. And then they discussed a plan to kill Lisa, correct?
That's what they was wanting to do.
Okay. Why?
So they get her out of the picture because she told me already that she had a life policy. Well, they think they get her out of the deal, they was going to get the life policy.
So I want to get everything straight, okay, before we ask a little bit more. You knew what you were giving her was eventually going to kill her, correct?
Yes,
Correct?
yeah.
Okay. So the substance that you were getting from, you knew that it was going to knock out your wife, and then you knew that the longer you gave it to her, it'd eventually kill her. And that was the ultimate goal?
I didn't know it was going to kill her with that same stuff.
Okay. But that was the goal, was to eventually have her dead from the substance that she was taking.
That's what her daughter wanted done.
Okay. And then you were helping her daughter to do that, correct?
Yeah. I was involved with it. I wish I had never been.
But you were involved in it. That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Alfred is involved in more than just sprinkling some powder in his wife's drink.
How long have you been having sexual relationships with?
Probably since back in September.
So this is not your daughter, correct? It's her daughter?
It's her daughter.
Okay.
She's my stepdaughter. She's been in trouble a hell of a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to live down at my home place. She OD'd twice down there.
Okay. Do you have any idea what this substance is?
No, I do not.
Okay. Because it's something we're going to have to handle. We're going to have to be around it. I don't want this substance harming me or other officers. And you have no idea what it is.
I have no idea what it is.
And at no point did Liz say, hey, this is this, or this is what you're going to give her.
No, she
Didn't say
never
what
did tell
it
me
was.
what it was.
Okay. But she was the one giving it to you, and then you gave it to Lisa.
I gave a little bit to Lisa.
Okay. And how many times total do you think you gave her this between 3 months ago to now? How many times total?
Told her maybe 12 times.
Okay. Every time that you gave it to her, did Lisa or did and show up?
Yes.
Okay. And every time they came, they put on this show, correct?
Yeah.
So you're saying this past time you slept with and not?
Yes.
Okay. And then every time is it different, or you just go from
different one? It's not the same person. Same one every time.
Same one every time? What do you mean?
Well, what I mean, it weren't just part of the time. It was
Okay.
Once blinded by lust, the harsh reality of what he's been doing is becoming crystal clear to Alfred.
And you understand what you were doing, right? I mean, you understand that them giving you this to lead to that, that is a criminal offense. What you're doing is trying to kill your wife. Do you understand that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't care whose plan it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or who came up with it. You're a part of it, and you're doing it. You're the one giving her this substance in order to knock her out. That is eventually the plan is to kill her. Is that correct?
What my plan?
It doesn't matter whose plan it is. I'm saying that's the plan, right?
That was the plan. Yeah.
Okay. And you're the one going through with it. You're the one giving her the stuff every single time, 12 times for the last 3 months, and you're the one doing that. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And then they would come in and they would give an additional amount every single time.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Sit tight. I'm going to have a word with Officer Caves.
With all the pieces in place, investigators dig deeper to uncover how this puzzle began.
So when they initially brought this up, did they have the pill bottle with them the very first time they talked about it, or did they have to bring it the next time they came?
They brought it the next time we came.
Okay, so that initial time that you guys spoke about it and you're at the house in September,
Yeah.
they said what to you?
They said, we just want to have a party with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I went along with it for a little bit.
Yeah. So when did it turn from, hey, let's get together and have sex and have mom asleep during this time, to we want mom dead in order to get her out of the picture?
About last part of September.
Okay. And how did that conversation go?
That conversation went, we'll give you the stuff to do it with, to put her to sleep, and then we'll come up and put a show on.
I'm not talking about
money. They were charging me money whenever they came up there. They would get me for about $150.
Okay, so you were paying to have sex with them?
Well, that's what it amounted to.
What I'm concerned about is the conversation that turned from, hey, I'm giving this in order to have sex with these girls, compared to, I'm giving this to ultimately kill Lisa.
I did not want to kill Lisa.
Okay. But you knew that that's what their plan was, and that you went along with it.
I went along with it.
Okay.
When I should never been.
What was the conversation to turn to that point? They said what to you in order to do that?
Well, they just kept on. In other words, they weren't leaving me out. They just kept on. And they got telling her, she called her mom up and said, well, we're having sex with Al.
And when did they tell your wife that?
It was back in the first part of November.
What'd your wife say?
Huh?
What'd your wife say?
She didn't go for him. She said she'd be ready to get rid of me.
Okay, but did she believe him?
What? Yeah, she believed that they'd do it.
No, she believed them that you were having sex with them, or did you admit that to Lisa?
Yes, I did admit it to her.
Okay. So, the main thing I want to know is the conversation that you guys had that eventually wanted to kill Lisa. Did they say that to you? They say, we want Mom out of the picture, we want her dead, we want this. What?
So they didn't exactly say it in that word, but
What'd they say?
they said, we get Mom out and then we'll have, the one said, well, I can marry you then, if we get rid of Mom.
Okay, if we get rid of Mom?
Yeah. That was their idea, thinking that I was going to marry her, and there's no way.
And that conversation where she said, get rid of Mom, took place at your house?
Yeah, it took place there at the house.
Okay, on the road?
True.
Yeah. And so, was it that said, let's get rid of Mom? That's obviously, right?
Yeah, that was the one, the head one of it.
Okay. And she said, let's get rid of Mom. And then how did you know their goal was to have you married?
I didn't. They just kept on.
No, how did you know that their goal was for you to marry
they said
someone?
that once. They
Okay.
wouldn't know if I was going to marry her.
Who said that?
And I said, I ain't marrying you.
Okay. But you knew at that point, the last part of September, that their ultimate goal was to get rid of Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay. And you continued to give Lisa the drug or medicine or whatever the substance was that they gave you from that point until December 29th, correct?
Yeah.
And you gave her upwards of 12 total times of you giving her this substance, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And you knew that the goal was to have her get rid of her in order to end up dead, correct?
Yeah.
Was that the ultimate goal?
That was their ultimate goal. I didn't want to kill her. Kill my wife. I meant.
But you were the one giving her the stuff in order to do it.
Stuff to not knowing what the hell it was.
Yeah. Okay. That is all we need. Okay. Sit tight. We're going to have somebody transport you down to the jail. Okay?
Down to the jail.
All right. Just sit tight and here.
Can I ask what I'm being charged with?
Well, today, what we're going to charge you with is attempted murder and conspiracy to commit murder. Okay?
Well, I never did. My plan was not to murder her.
Okay. This is what we're charging you with today, from the information that we know and the information that you've told us. Okay?
Okay.
Alfred Ruf was ultimately charged with and pleaded guilty to aggravated battery by knowingly or intentionally inflicting injury on a person that creates a substantial risk of death. He was sentenced to 4 years in prison with an additional 5 years of probation after he serves his time behind bars. His alleged co-conspirators were never charged.